John Wall here, Washington Wizards All-Star. Man, I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Appreciate it.
The last time, it's been a while since I chatted up with you, but first and foremost, man, how's Mom?
She's doing good. She's doing good. Things are getting a lot better. Just during her chemo and making sure she's taking her medicine, making sure she stay hydrated. So that's the most important thing. And then just being here to interact with her and go to some of her service with her and just be home with her and spend time with her has been great.
I remember, like, during the course of the season, obviously you revealed that your mom was battling cancer this season, but I remember before you even spoke on that, the team was kind of struggling. You weren't playing up to your level, and I would call in and ask, like, what's up with John? And people would tell me it's bigger than basketball. It's not what you think. It's bigger than basketball. What was the season like? Obviously, you're out right now with an injury. What was the season like for you, just to deal with that stuff personally?
It was tough. There was a lot going on. Trying to play through injuries, trying to see if I can get back to where I was, and just trying to play through that. And then all of a sudden, it finally caught up to me. Then, about to have a son born, going through that, and then find out my mom had cancer. It was kind of tough. Trying to will all that into one, and then trying to be the leader of the team and try to get everything to play the right way. And my sanctuary is when I get on the court. I step between those four lines or go to practice. I try to tune out everything that's going on. But it's a lot easier said than done when it's personal problems. Then when it's something as big as my best friend, my mom, my role model, everything, it was kind of tough to try to deal with at the same time.
And you were obviously, what comes with being a star player, when the team is doing not playing up to par, you get criticized.
For sure.
What was that like, getting criticized on top of going through that stuff?
Well, for me, I really, if I was healthy and I wasn't going through that and I was playing bad, I'd be like, okay, this is my fault. And in the day, I still blame myself because I still could have produced and did what I wanted to. But it's like, if it's anybody else getting 20-9, that's a good season. For me, that's not a good season at all. So
you raised the bar.
Yeah, and I expect that. So it was just frustrating because I'm like, I know I can be better and I should be better, but I got so much going on. And I like to keep stuff to myself unless you're like my inner circle. So people from the outside don't understand what's going on. They're like, well, he's bad, out of shape, this and that. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm used to the bad narratives, but they don't really know the true meaning of it. When I kind of got to the point where I knew, like, okay, I got to shut it down. I can't keep trying to force myself to play. And it was just like one of the games against Cleveland. I went out there and had the worst game of my life ever. Like, couldn't run on my tippy toes. And I'm like, I know I should have subbed myself out, but my inner goal is like, oh, you can fight through, you can get through it. You're John Wall. You've been through so much. You can play through anything. And thank God just told me you better take a seat.
Man, nobody really envisioned you taking, the seat that you're taking now. Estimates, I guess you're out for a whole year. What has the process been like for you, just being out right now and watching your team from the sideline?
I don't enjoy, but I'm enjoying like how Bradley Beal has developed, how our team has developed, how those guys.
I don't know if you saw what he came
I seen it. I seen it. I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay,
but I'm very excited just to see how well they all produce. Like, those guys get the opportunity to step up. I always want those guys to step up when I'm there, but I have to take the back seat because I'm injured. Just everybody stepping up and playing a big role, and Brad having best career he ever had so far ever, and I think he should automatically be All-NBA without a doubt. Just the numbers he put up and how he fought for his team.
Yeah.
But it's tough for me sitting there because I'm a guy that wants to play. Like, I can't watch games. Like, when I be seeing stuff, I'm like, well, I do that. And somebody look at me like, well, they're not you. And I'm like, all right, I got to put that in perspective. But it's just great to see how coach is still trying to coach these guys, develop these guys, and get better. Brad coming an even better leader that he has to do since I'm not there. And just watching, seeing what I can see that can help my team whenever I get back out there.
He credited you, like, for being able to perform to the level he's playing right now. I said just watching you, the way you led, the way you just led the offense and orchestrated everything. And I found that surprising because, you don't hear especially a lot of guys who are guards, say, I looked at my backcourt mate, the way he led, and this is the why I'm having the success I am. Like, can you kind of take us through what he means by that and what is he seeing?
I kind of could just say, he's not a little guy, but like my little brother ever since he's been in the league, but just trying to mold him into like how the NBA is, because Brad came in as a young guy that's very professional, very mature to be at his age, and I just try to teach him as much as I can about the game of how things go, how you can learn, how you can develop, how you can get better, and he's improving himself every year. Like I told him before, I feel like you should have been All-Star years in the past, but it just finally leading up to it. And I told him, like me, I wanted early success, but it came later on, and that's what is coming for him. And it's no matter when you do it, it's great. But I think he just sat back, listened, and learned. He never complained. But the most important thing I liked about it, our relationship is a lot of people always try to say we don't like each other.
Yeah,
but
I was about to get to that.
But like I tell people at the same time, you got two young guys that's very talented at what they do. Always been the best player, always been the leader of their teams. How can you get those two guys to come together as one and play well? And I think we figured out how to do that. And no matter what people are saying on the outside, we figure out how to make it work on the court.
Was there ever any truth to that? The fact that you guys, was there ever an issue between you?
No, we never had arguments, never had fights. We just had our disagreements, which you always gonna have, because if it's a game-winning shot, yeah, I want to take it. Yeah, Brad gonna want to take it. I mean, so we all had to get to the point of whoever's hot, or sometimes you have to be a decoy. So like even just look at the game 6 against Celtics. That play was for Brad. It just he didn't get open, so I went and got the ball and made a big shot. No matter who would have took it, but you look at his reaction when I made that shot, it looked like he took the shot. Yeah, like he took it, yeah. So it always goes like that, and it's like we're two of those powerful people that's in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Kind of like we look at Dame and CJ, like CJ's the more laid-back guy. Brad's that, but his game is so out loud spoken. Yeah. And I think he's finally getting to show people what he's all about.
So obviously there was some news with your franchise this week, and I'm gonna tell you this, John. I was afraid, man. I was afraid that when the news went down that the team was letting go of Ernie Grunfeld, I said, John gonna cancel this podcast. John ain't gonna do it. This ain't right timing. But you kept your word, man. You came through. But you know, when you heard that, what came to your mind?
It's a tough decision. I mean, I already know this is a business, how this thing goes. Like I said, I respected and everything Ernie has done for me, of drafting me, him and Ted, to put me in a situation to be the franchise guy of this city. Embracing me as a 19-year-old kid coming in that didn't know nothing, skinny kid that just came out of college. And try to build his team around me as much as possible to help us win. And you never want to see nobody lose a job, but it's a part of a business where things happen, they make changes. And just leave all the control in Ted's hands now. Ted's gonna do the best he can to get us to the right GM, right decision they feel like they can make for us to make us a better team, making a better franchise moving forward.
When you think about, when we're always talking about teams that like had a window and they never got to that next level, like the Wizards one of the top of teams, like. And then obviously some moves were made. Otto Porter was traded at the deadline. It seemed like they're trying to transition and go into a different direction, but the core of you and Bill are still there.
Yeah.
And then we want to see when you get back, if you get back to the form. But let me ask you that before I get to that. Are you confident that you can get back to form after this?
Yeah, I'm very confident. I read everything that
you read everything. Did you read what I believe it was a doctor that performed your procedure. He said something like, there's not a precedent for somebody coming back after going through an injury like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally fine with that.
I'm just
I mean, it's like everything's always a challenge. Same thing when I had the bone spur taken out my knee. Like, I don't know where I get bone spurs from. They just come. Yeah. I don't know. Like, never had those problems before. And everybody was like, well, he's not going to come back the same. And I went back from that and had my best season ever, 16, 17. This is totally different. This is Achilles. But I just feel like the same way you attack your rehab and the way you focus and stay mentally strong, and the right people you have around, you could come back from anything. So that's all I'm doing, is just keeping my main positive. Some days is good days, some days is bad days. You know what I mean? Because you got to be like, dang, I'm trying to get through this aspect, get to the next point. Had surgery, dealt with infection, getting over that stand. So, I mean, I have my good days and my bad days. And DeMarcus, my boy Boog, already told me how you're going to have good days, bad days. Just stay mentally prepared for it. So seeing my homeboy go through it, seeing him come back and how he's playing now and getting back to his old ways and doing things, it gives me a lot of confidence. And just watching like guys like Rudy Gay, who did the same thing, come back and do that. So those guys give me hope to know I can get back to where I want to be.
And I think what discourages people people who are true John Wall fans is that the speed, like your speed, your athleticism, like Derrick Rose, like he hasn't been the same since. So you're confident you can get back to that.
I feel like the most important thing is when you come back from injuries, you can't think about it. Just go play. And anything I ever came back from injury-wise, once I step on the court, I don't think about it. It's all go play how you always played. I mean, because if you go back there and think about it, you're always going to be timid. You're going to think, I can't do this, I can't do that. So you kind of force yourself to not be the same person and try to get close to what you used to be. I might not be 100% where I'm at. If I'm cool at 85, 90%, I'm fine with that. Because me playing on one leg was still getting 20 and 9. Yeah. So that gives me confidence there.
Yeah. No doubt. No, that's a great perspective. You, I don't know if you heard your guy De'Aaron Fox. He came on my pod early on and said he was the fastest guy. When you think about fast guys in the NBA, a lot of people, when they talk about when they want to put an NBA player together, they always talk about they want them to be fast. Like if they had to just make their prototypical NBA player, fast, athlete, and I tell people all the time, I was like, just because you fast doesn't mean that's going to translate to getting buckets or getting by.
No, it does not.
Like it's more to it. It's more to it.
It's a lot of kids that came in this league that's fast and can't pass, can't score. They just use that to get by people. But can you create for yourself and create for your teammates? That's the main projecting. My thing with De'Aaron, like he's got a lot better is he's developed knocking down shots, now finding my teammates and scoring for myself. So like you said though, just being fast doesn't mean anything. Because I learned it early on. I was fast, but I didn't know how to control it. So you got to know how to control.
What you mean you know how to control it?
So like playing at one speed.
Okay.
So now if I get a rebound, I'm going 100 miles per hour every time. Defense can easily guard that. Now if I get the rebound, cruise and burst off, how can you guard me? And I learned that when I was injured the first time, just watching guys like CP, Derek, Russ, those guys learn how to change speeds and change directions. It makes it even tougher to guard.
Now back to that question I was saying about the core, you and Brad. Like, are you confident? Because I would say like it's probably time to break the team up. Everybody going different. What do you say? What do you say to that?
I don't think so. I think I'm very confident. I still want to be here. I know Brad wants to be here. And I think now is all the possession is to put the hands in Ted's hands. Whoever he hires as the GM and that guy make the next move to feel like what's best for our team moving forward and the pieces to add. But I'm fine being here. I think Brad's fine being here. Also, just talking to him and building our bond that we have, that we still want to accomplish something that we said we want to bring here as a championship. And you never know how they can go. The league changes every year. We don't know who's going to be where somebody's going to be next.
But you said, both you guys want to be here, which is fine. But what gives you guys the confidence? Because
just us two.
But I understand that. But y'all some dogs. Ain't nobody doubting you and Brad's skill. But top to bottom, when you look at the team, it's never been there. And when you look at the top teams that y'all face and fell short of, they had deep squads. So how can y'all get to that point right now?
That's where you put your hands in the owner and the owner of the new GM we hired. That's what you do. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do, though. You got to put it in their hands to make the right decision, whatever you feel best to build a team to build around us and give us a deeper bench and a great starting five.
All right. Well, good luck with that, John. I just think, look, man, all I'm saying, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying
It takes a lot, though. No, you have a great point there because it takes a lot. You know what I mean? Because like this year, you look at our team this year, we look great on paper. But a lot of teams look great on paper, but what do you do when you step between those lines? You know what I mean? And then you can't have the team that wins championships and team that goes far, you got to have luck and everybody stay healthy.
They're healthy, yeah.
That's the key.
So how do you have a date of when you would like to come back? Is there? Come on, John. Come on, you got a date, man. You got something in your head. You got something in mind when you feel you can make that return, man.
I don't know. I ain't got to that part yet, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get through the phase of just getting through out my affection the way that I had the infection, get through that, and just start the rehab and just see how things go. But I'm very encouraged to just get to that aspect to go through all this whole process. So
they projected you, I think right now, like you wouldn't come back until like January of next year or something like that.
I had no idea.
I'm just saying that's what the projections call. That's
we gonna see. We gonna see. I mean, I ain't putting no date on it because I don't know. I don't know myself for real. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Cause just talking to Boog, I asked him like, how would he know and how would he feel? And he was like, it'd be some days or a week, 2 weeks, you feel like, okay, it's the time. And then it'd be one day and be like, whoa. Slow your roll.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
You gotta take your time.
I keep you on the.
I appreciate that, Jay. I'll hold you to that, man.
Up tip.
I probably. No, I got probably one of the most important and pressing questions for you right here, man. What you gonna do with all that money you got coming up, man? That extension, man. Like, what are you like? I remember a couple years ago, I was with your Asian Rich Paul for lunch in L.A. And he took me to this store in L.A., and you were there. What's the name of that store? It was a clothing store.
Barney's?
Barney's. First time I've ever been there. John, regular white T-shirts that I think I can get at Marshall's or anywhere else.
How about polo tees or Hanes tees, man? Like, if I show you my tee now, I got a Hanes tee.
It was crazy. I went in there. John, it's crazy. Regular shirts, regular polo shirts, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, what? Like, what are you seeing here? And you had a big bag. Like, what? So you going to be in Barney's more? Like, what's going on?
Nah, man. For me now, it's like just raise my family, put stuff away from my kid, my mom and them straight, invest in some things and try to keep the joint going. Do stuff back home in my community, like build basketball courts and stuff like that. And then, I mean, still adjusting, like the stuff I did before my last contract of putting stuff in the community is something I still want to do to build more here. I mean, I have a thing called Bright Beginnings here. I'm trying to add more to that. I mean, because they help families and single parents that's less fortunate and homeless to get jobs and make sure their kids got somewhere to stay and go to school. So try to get one of those put in North Carolina. So I have a couple ideas I want to do, but I'm not going to go crazy and blow it. I mean, I have basically everything I need.
I don't know if you can blow that, John.
No, some people can. I don't know how, but they can.
I don't think you MC Hammer around here, but I think, man, man.
But I have some positive things I want to do with it, though. Like, definitely like finish school. I'm definitely going to finish school.
You said,
start back in May because they already started their semester.
That's what's up.
So definitely get my degree and use that towards whatever I can to advance myself and branch off.
Now, why? Because I'll be.
Why what? Finish school?
Yeah, the reason I asked that, I get it surprised. You know, people be telling me, like, people who don't follow sports, they always say, well, these players should get their degrees. You know, what they're doing leaving early. I'm like, well, hold on. First of all, you get a degree in order to solidify yourself financially in the future. But if you're in a profession that's going to solidify you financially in the future.
Supposed to.
It's supposed to. What is that degree? What is that degree? So I ask you, so what is that degree?
It means a lot to me for myself. Basically, be the second person, because my younger sister graduated from college.
Okay.
So I'll be the second person to graduate from college in my family. But most importantly, I promised my dad that I would go to college and get my degree before he passed.
That's what's up.
So that's the key. That's the biggest key for me.
I feel that. I respect that. I respect that. So when you talk about, you know, where the Wizards are headed right now, getting back to that, John. You know, some people say that the team can't be constructed because, you know, you mentioned, I was bringing that back, Bradley Beal being an all-NBA player. It's tough because I have my guards. I'm going to tell you my all-NBA guards.
Yeah, let me tell you why, because I was telling all my homeboys it was going to be a tough. Because I was just looking at it, not even just putting myself in this category. Yeah. I made it once, barely made it, and then Kyrie only made it once.
Third?
Okay. And Kyrie only made it once in all the years he had.
So,
but let me hear your guards, because they probably equal to what I had.
Here's my 6 guards. As of right now,
Steph
James. But I think I might put Dame over Steph first team. I think. But Steph James.
West
Dame. I'm putting Clay. I think he's the best two-way guard out there. That's the 5th. 1 spot left for guard. You got Brad. You got Kyrie. You got Ben Simmons. You got Kemba Walker, you know, DeMar. That's a tough one.
No, I totally agree. If I could point to my security over here, we literally were just having this debate. We was having this debate, and I said, off the numbers he had and what he's been doing, he should be up there. That's where I said, and I'm vouching for my guy, but it's going to be tough. It's tough to really make that list. You know what I mean? No matter how many good years you have, it's tough. But I said, this is what I said, though. Instead of y'all trying to do 2 guards, 2 forwards, 1 center, do it like the All-Star game. The 5 best players
I agree with you there.
Put on first team, the next 5 put on second team, next 5 put on 3.
Because I'm going to have to vote Embiid first team because of the center spot.
Facts.
But if it was the way you're proposing, I wouldn't have Embiid my first team. I would have, you know,
James.
James. Then it would be the
Giannis.
3-4, Giannis.
Paul George,
and what's the other 4? Giannis, Paul George, like Durant, or
Durant,
Kawhi. That'd be it.
Yeah.
And so it messes. That's why I say it's tough.
Because now if you go centers, you put Embiid on first, then who you put second?
Yeah, and then the second is like, okay,
Jokic,
would be
Karl Anthony
second.
Towns,
Now that's the problem.
Or Davis.
That's the problem. See, Anthony Davis ain't played enough, man.
Yeah, but. His numbers, I know. I get what you're saying, but you know that's what people still be vouching for. Or do you throw Rudy Gobert up there? You know what I mean? They do all that.
I still value winning.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think I will lean toward. It's not official, but I think I will lean towards Rudy in that 3rd spot. You know, people probably gonna kill me because I ain't put the cat there. But man, you got to get your team in the playoffs, man. Yeah. At least that's why. That's what's kind of I'm wrestling with when it comes to Brad.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That's what I said. But now that's what I said. That's what I was saying when the league has kind of changed. Now it's like a lot of stuff is not based off winning.
Yeah.
You just basing off what are we doing.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? And like now, like you seeing You wouldn't dare see 3 small guards, point guards out there one time on the court.
Yeah, never.
That's what you're getting now. So now you're just putting your 5 best players out there.
And that's and to your point, that's why it probably should be changed. No, to your point. So I'm putting you on the spot now. So who's your MVP this far this season?
MVP?
Hey, we ain't know this far. There's a couple games left.
To me, I mean, James my guy, but I go Giannis just because he has the best record in the league.
Okay. So winning is important.
I just feel like that. I feel like, you know what I mean, the year before, not last year, but the year before that, everybody feel like James should have won it in, but they didn't win enough. Last year, he got first in the West, overall best record in the league. That's why I finally feel he cracked that safe to get it. The numbers he's put up this year has been historic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Never seen it before since, I think, Jordan averaged 37 is the last time we seen it. So those numbers and all that speak for itself. He's like unguardable. You can't do nothing with it. But I'm just like, if you're going out winning,
I get it.
I go Giannis. Who you go?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you on the spot too?
I'm going, man. I think I'm going to go with Giannis.
Because you like winning.
I like winning, and I think it's a great story. He's a two-way player. I mean, he's in the running for
Defensive player,
as well. So from that standpoint, look, you take James Harden off the Rockets, they'll shell themselves. But I still think they may sneak into the playoffs.
In the West?
I think they have the potential. I don't feel that way at all in Milwaukee
Jose.
if Giannis was on that team. Even in the East, I don't think they sniff the playoffs. So that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Yeah.
But to Bradley Beal in talking about how to rebuild and make this team, people point to, because if Bradley does get the third team, I think he's up for the Supermax. You got it already. And they're saying, well, with those contracts, they can't, there's no way to build a team. There's no way to get all these other pieces. And John Wall's salary is messing up all that. No, you hear it, like you said, you hear it all, you hear all that stuff.
I'm injured, my salary messing up everything.
That's real talk too.
Yeah, but it's cool.
That's real talk, because if you're playing at your level, if you're healthy, you're putting up the numbers to just. What do you hear about when you hear those naysayers, people saying that?
I don't pay no mind. Want me to tell you why though? Because it's a funny aspect. It's like the ball gonna keep bouncing no matter if John Wall playing or not. You know what I mean? NBA got to go on. That's how the protocol is. Injury or not, he gonna go on. So I feel like I did what I had to do to earn that. I mean, I feel like it wasn't given. I earned it.
Yeah.
I mean, like the first time I got my first max, everybody was like, he didn't deserve it. So then I proved myself, and I think I earned it. You know what I mean? Now, because I'm injured, I can't fault that. It happened. But if I wasn't injured, I don't think I would hear all those say so. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? People is tied to their own opinion, which I can't get mad at. I might say, I don't like your job. And you be like, well, that's your choice. The next person like, I love it. Depends on how you build off that, how you take criticism.
And, I mean, you're arguably one of the top guys who takes criticism.
Criticism fuels me. That's my motivation. I really put it in my notes when people say
Is that a positive thing? Like I'm like that.
For some people can't though. Some people like criticism tears them down. Like some people can't deal with criticism. I deal with it and be like, okay, I want to prove this person wrong. It's like this. If I go in, if I never met you before and I hear all these things about your seed, and I'm like, my perception is, I don't like this guy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only up to me if I want if I want to change your perception. If not, I'm gonna let your perception stay what it is. If I feel like I want to prove you wrong, that my perception is better and I'm a better person than what you think I am, I will show you. But if not, I'm gonna let you sit there and think I'm a bad guy.
I don't think anybody think you're a bad guy, but
I'm just saying, like, perception-wise, like, that's how
you.
people look at it. Like, some people might be like, well, he's not a great reporter. You like, okay, if I really think this guy's opinion means a lot to me as much as it does, I will show him why I'm a great reporter and why I feel this way about myself.
Got you.
If not, you're going to be like, that's just another fan talking. I'll move on.
Got you.
Next person.
Because I know there's some reporters that tried to reach out to you before, and you wouldn't give them the time. I ain't naming no names, but I know that's how you roll sometimes, J-Wall. But no, one thing about you, Cousins, Draymond, you guys speak your mind, and you let it be known, like you read, and some players they won't even tell you that they're aware of what's going on in the narratives. And we were talking off camera about how you guys know with the social media era, you guys know kind of the storylines after games before the reporters walk into the locker room. Can you talk about that dynamic of just after games and, you guys check your phone?
I mean, it's easy, man. You might, after games, you get text messages from your homeboys, your friend, or if somebody got dunked on, you can go straight to Twitter and be like this or IG and know what's going on. So if something was said during the game bad about you or something that you might think your friends or somebody might think that was disrespectful, they'll show you like, oh, screenshot, bam, bam. Look what the reporter said about you. It's so easy to access that now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
now I feel like you don't have to approach people and have a conversation with them. You can just interact through Instagram and Twitter about your arguments. I'm not about to be on social media arguing with nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Before all this, you had to go, like, if you had a conversation with somebody, you had to go talk to them face to face.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can get all you want out on social media, be the tough guy.
Yeah.
So you're the tough guy through social media, through the internet.
Every now and then, you are that tough guy on the internet sometimes.
Yeah, I respond. But I ain't saying stuff like, oh, this is that I want to fight you. You entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
That's how you feel about me. Cool, fine, move on. I don't think you're this guy.
And that's why I think, like, if you, I'm not saying you should leave. I'm not putting that, but if you're in a bigger market, your personality and the way you interact it'll be huge. It'll be blowing. Cause just the way, every now and then, look, that tour you went on, it's still the most epic rant tour you went on. I can't believe it was last year or 2 years ago. The Gortat, man, when that Gortat stuff went out, I said, I've never heard. I'm talking about when you did.
Yeah, last year.
It was last year?
Last year, yeah.
I'm like, I knew you was doing the tour, and I knew there was some stuff brewing, some stuff going on, and, some subtle shots may have been taken or whatever. But I was like, John Wall really went out there and addressed that. Like you took it head on. I'm like, you don't see players do that. You let it be known, like, if I have a problem, something to say, I'm gonna say it, especially if you ask that question. Do you still feel that way, or is that do you still take that on that approach, or is that something you wish that you would handle differently?
No, I just feel like it got to the point where that's where it had to go. I mean, I feel like sometimes, because I feel like if you have a problem with somebody, if they're your teammate or anything like that, you have my number, or you can see me in the locker room or wherever. We can keep it in the locker room and just have our conversations. You know what I mean? But when we get to putting stuff out there, then I'll address it the same way you addressed it.
I understand. And it was just background. That was just when, I think you were injured.
Yeah, I was injured.
Then,
yeah.
And I think Gortat made a comment that the ball is moving so freely or something like that. You really took that as a real, like, because we didn't know if it was a subtle shot, not a shot.
No, it was cool at first. You know what I mean? First time you hear something like, oh, it's cool. But then it's like, you know when people egging it on and going to another level.
I get it.
It's like you been in the room, somebody saying something, you be like, all right, now I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about me. Cool, let it be. Keep going. But then it'd be funny, though, because you hear that, and then when you get back, they like, then they get near you. They're like, man, I wish you was playing, man, because I ain't getting the ball enough. Well, I just thought the ball was moving more, but you ain't getting your touches no more.
Oh, man. And what was classic about what you said, he's like, I don't know. You said, I don't know why he complaining. He get the most spoon fed. I'm like, John really took it there, man. Oh, that was classic, man. But no, that's why I say, man, like, had you been a bigger market, man, like, your personality, everything, it would have been crazy, man. But so why I know you're a loyal guy. I know you're a loyal guy. What is it about DC that grabs you? Like, what is it about this place?
One, my dad was born and raised here. So that's crazy just to get drafted here.
Yeah.
I have my own day here. And then they just embraced me like I was their own. I mean, from day one, it's like it's all been nothing but love. You know what I mean? You hear so much about certain cities that, like, being a young kid coming in, how you can get caught up into it and pull the wrong directions. But to get love from all the OGs and to the young guys, it's just, I think I put a platform and a stamp here. And I have so much more I want to endure and do here. And I don't think I'm finished. So I think that's why I have that love. And I mean, this city been with me since I won from winning 19 to 20-something games to being one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals and seeing the up and downs and how I grew and developed as a grown man. So I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
That's what brought me to that question because you see people like you're one of them, like the people you're one of their own. You got nothing but love for you. So that's why I asked this question now. John, how would you feel if it got to the point where the team said it's best for us to move on?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to think. I mean, I would just probably lose it. I don't know, to be honest.
It'd be that tough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, next year be 10 years I've been here. I came in at 19, I'll be 29 this year. So, you know what I mean? Being for 10 years, that's a decade, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all the stuff, the partnership, the friendships, everything I built here is like a platform I wanted to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to see how I developed from 19 to being a skinny, scrawny little kid at 195 running around, no facial hair, to being who I am now and to watch me grow up and then be a father for the first time and see all that. Then to be 3.5 hours, 4 hours away from North Carolina where my family lives. Mm-hmm. It's all great. But at the end of the day, you never wanted to get to that point, but at the end of the day, I still also know it's a business. So you never know what can happen, how things can move and shape.
You read about, the contract kicking in and everything for next season. You hear like, John Wall be hard to move because his contract and he's injured. Is that what you're talking about when you say, well, if you were playing, there wouldn't be any of those talks? There wouldn't be.
Yeah, if I wasn't injured, it wouldn't be no debate, because you'd be getting an All-NBA player, a healthy one, so you wouldn't be hearing these debates.
So does it hurt to hear this while you are down?
Because the reason why I say it's not because those same ones gonna be the same ones that jump right back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, that's true.
When I come back from this,
I know about that.
from this turnaround, you know what I mean? So it's like, which one's being loyal and which one's being true to you, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Loyalty is love at the end of the day.
Have you ever had to go to management and ask like where the things stand? No. So you good.
From what I understand from having my conversations, but you know what I mean, actions speak louder than the words sometimes. Yeah. Or a lot of times. So we could be having a conversation, say this and that, and then you can go do something totally different.
It's happened before, yeah.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen people get traded at halftime of game. So.
And told they wouldn't go get traded.
Yeah,
before.
So it's like,
What's your relationship like with Tommy Shepard? He's filling in right now.
Yeah, it was great. Me and Tommy talk a lot, and we was just talking today, chopping it up. I mean, I went to the team photo shoot we had before we had shoot around. Then I go back over there about 6 o'clock, watch the game, sit on the bench. I'd be at the end, my little scooter right next to him.
I see you wheeled yourself on there before the game, man. How long you got to be on that?
Like another 2 weeks.
Okay, it's moving along.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a slow process, man. Everybody told me it's just a real slow process, and you just got to be mentally strong and keep good people around you.
So when you talk about your determination to get back there and be on top, do you feel like your better days are ahead?
Yeah, I feel so. I mean, I've been through every obstacle, man. I never dealt with injuries before until I got to the league. And I've been there when they were like, well, you won't be this, and then I always just watch all 16, 17 season, to be honest with you.
Okay. Why is that?
That's the best year I had in my whole career. And just like, when I look at myself, I see a healthy me. And I'm like, this is what I would have been my whole career if I was healthy. You know what I mean? But I dealt with injuries which I can't control. You know what I mean? God gives toughest battle to his strongest people. And that's just how I feel. So I look at that season, like when I start my rehab and start trying to get back and get my confidence back and my strength back to be like, you can be yourself again. That's my highlight reel.
That's when there was talks about you being top 3 point guard in the league.
Yeah, that's my vision.
That's it.
That's my camera.
My frame. You got the right frame, man? Okay. Let's make sure. All right, make sure you catch it, man. We're going to use that clip.
Couple frames.
You're big in the community, like you said, and giving back to your people. What was your initial thoughts on what happened with Nipsey Hussle in L.A., man?
I really ain't know Nipsey well, man, but I talked to him like 2 or 3 times, like just met him like a little casual, so keep moving.
Did you meet him not meet him, but talk to him in Charlotte? Because that's the first time I seen him as Charlotte All-Star.
I ain't go to Charlotte this year, but I met him L.A. All-Star.
Okay, last year.
I met him James Harden weekend at the charity basketball game. But just everything he stood for, man. I mean, coming where he came from, or being through a tough background and being from L.A. and then the stuff he was moving towards, what he was building towards and supporting. And if you just sit back and just listen to what he talked about, I feel like for me, people might say it's outrageous too much, but I feel like he was being like the Tupac of our era.
Yeah.
Like what he was talking about, what he was meaningful with, and he he touched so many people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because one thing he probably don't even believe that he touched this many people. You know what I mean? And that's why everybody be like, just give me that same amount of love when I'm here and not when I'm gone. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's sad to see how it went down, how it happened. You know, but everything he meant for and stood for, you could tell it was all real. It was natural. It wasn't faking, and he was a humble guy.
You could just tell by the outpouring of, like, I didn't know. Not that he didn't work with all these artists, but all these musical artists out there. Like, I didn't even know he had relationships with them, and nobody had. Obviously, nobody's going to say a negative thing when somebody passes, but everybody has fond memories, experiences with that guy.
Because he was just a laid-back, humble guy, and even if he did, we're working with guys, he wasn't the one to go brag about it. He just did his work and kept it moving.
This is one thing that I have concerns over when I'm going back to my hood, is that, you know, you face the problem of how often should you be there. You know, you're dealing with people who are jealous and envious and looking for opportunity, you know, like, what was your mindset been like ever since you became All-Star John Wall? How do you approach the dynamic of going back and how much you're
It's
around?
tough, man, you know what I mean? Because you got to think, when you're going back home or going back to your hood, you're going back to see the people that watched you grow up and they grew up with you. You know what I mean? And see what you did and moved on with your life, and they get jealous about that. You know what I mean? They always say you get your most hate where you from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you look at most rappers or like anything like that, a lot of stuff always happened back in their hometown. That's the tough part about it. And you're like, why is that? And I should be getting my most love from here. I just feel like no matter how much you do, it's never enough for them people back there. I mean, that's the toughest part, because look what he did, building stores, giving people jobs, you know what I mean, to work in that area, and it's just tough. It's tough to see.
I mean, I wasn't, you know, I didn't follow all of his music, but I just knew of all the players, the relationship he had with players, and they would tell me things about him, man. It tripped me out, man.
Him and IT was real close. I'm real close with IT, and IT was real close with him.
IT, man. Prayers out to him. He just lost his grandma today too. Saw a tweet about that. So he's going through a lot the last couple of years, man. What's keeping you motivated and positive, you know, throughout this time?
Being around my son, watching him grow every day.
He was born in December?
December 5th, so today he turned 4 months.
Ace, right?
Yeah, Ace Carroll Wall. So today he turned 4 months. Just being here, watching him grow every day, seeing it different, it's crazy, man. Every day is something new.
I already know, man.
So that's great. Having my family around, my friends, 5 Deep and Wallway. My homeboys, they motivate me every day to get up to want to do this and do that. When I'm in there working out, they join in, so they be more excited than me sometimes. They're like, I'm ready. I'm like, all right, I'm more ready, but y'all got all the energy today. I ain't got it, but it's fun, man. I mean, like, I look at it as like, I get to do what I love to do. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not playing right now, I still wake up and get to do what I love to do, and that's rehab and get to play the game of basketball and watch games and go to games and travel and be around my team. So couldn't ask for nothing more.
Well, so who you got in the NCAA tournament, man?
I don't know, man. My team out of it, I'm mad. But
Yeah,
I think it's weird, man, but I feel like Michigan State got a great chance.
Yeah.
Izzo.
They
Just what he's
always
been
do.
through, like all the stuff they talked about all year with him, and get through all that, and look where he is again. But you can't sleep on it. I mean, Texas Tech got a chance. Virginia finally cracked the code.
Yeah.
And Auburn's an SEC school, and they got it rolling. So I'm happy for Bruce Pearl, because I played against him a lot when he was at Tennessee, and he used to be going wild.
I mean, he's still wild now.
Yeah.
He's still wild.
But yeah, it's just exciting, though. I'm ready to see. I mean, who's going to bring it home?
Is Zion?
Who you got?
I'm going Michigan State.
Who your team?
Who my team? My team is irrelevant right now, man.
Who are they?
Man, my team, my hometown, man. Fresno State, man. First of all,
You love Paul George.
First of all, actually, we had a class together.
For real?
Yeah, we had a class together.
Dang, small world.
Hey,
Okay.
I would never, John, never, ever. When that guy we was talking about he was going pro day, I'm like, please, you didn't dominate. At the time, it was the WAC.
Yeah, the WAC.
You didn't dominate the WAC. What you think about going pro? I never, ever thought he'll amount to the player he was. This season, there was a point where I thought actually he may get my MVP vote.
He was at one point. Then it should have been messing up since All-Star break.
But nah, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
So why you chose not to go to Fresno State?
They ain't even recruit me.
I'm pretty sure if you said
be real with you though, no West Coast team really recruited me though, because they always thought like Carolina kids gonna stay in Carolina.
That's usually what happens.
Nah, that only happens if them schools only offering you like Carolina and Duke if you gonna commit on the spot.
Huh.
I said I'm gonna enjoy my process.
Huh. So who would you like to have heard from the West Coast?
I just want to take some visits, man. I was enjoying
visits.
You
ever get no sunshine with the visits?
I went to Oregon.
You Oregon?
I took a visit to Oregon.
Yeah. Well, how was it?
Shout out to my man Kenny Payne, Coach Yah.
Hey, Oregon. You probably got some rain. I don't know about no sunshine.
Yeah, I got some rain. A lot of rain.
You got some rain. Hey, Oregon.
Matter of fact, I went to a dope game though. It was them versus Arizona when Chase Budinger and Jerry Bayless was there.
I used to be. No, I didn't know that. None.
But yeah, I ain't getting no West Coast visits though. But yeah,
that was about it.
Yeah, ain't getting no
but on Fresno State, we would have loved to have you, John. You should just hit me up at that time. We'd have made something work.
Man, you was in class with
So 2010.
Paul George.
Oh yeah, Paul George. Man, we could have had you and Paul on the same. Oh my goodness.
At the WAC, man. You said the WAC was good.
Hey man, we would at least came in third in the WAC.
Who won the WAC that year?
Shoot, I don't know. It's probably like Nevada. It's probably Nevada. Nevada was good at that time.
Was San Diego State good?
San Diego State was in the WAC.
Oh, they wasn't.
They wasn't in the WAC at the time. No, it wasn't. And they had, it was Paul George, Greg Smith, Juju. That was about it. They should have. But no, I never.
Yeah, Greg Smith was my class.
That's right. Yes. That's right. From Fresno. He's born and raised Fresno. That's my hometown, man. And you realize Fresno every time I get the opportunity, I got to shout my city out. Fresno, we produce some studs.
Raleigh, North Carolina produced some studs. North Carolina.
All right, take Jordan out.
North Carolina, period?
Yes.
Steph, CP, me, Jerry Stackhouse.
All right.
You want to keep going?
I'll leave that alone.
David Thompson.
I'll leave that alone.
David Thompson.
All right. That's fine. I mean, I wasn't never going to say, I was never saying it was better, produced, but I'm just saying you'd be surprised with the talent.
I would be surprised, though. I wouldn't know you had those guys.
We got Lopez twins, Fresno. They're from Fresno. Quincy Pondexter, Fresno.
Quincy.
Greg. I don't care. I'm claiming Paul George. I'm claiming him.
You get the claim.
All right, thank you. Bruce Bowen,
you got
Fresno.
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker ain't no Fresno.
He from Raleigh.
Yo, you still naming up your guys, man? We settled that. That's all said and done.
You had Donna Williams. Remember Donna Williams in Carolina?
I remember Donna. Yeah. No, Kenny from the Bronx. I would say Kenny Smith. He from the Bronx.
Yeah, he from the Bronx. He just went to Carolina.
Yeah, man. My last couple things I want to get you out of here, man. What was it like? Because I feel like there's a documentary that should be aired. You, Cousins, Bled, all y'all on the same team in college. What in the world was like that?
We gonna work on that. We working on that.
No, for real, that would be. No, I'm serious, man.
It was great, man. Me and Cuz was roommates, and Blair was right next door. He was basically our roommate. We was about to break down the wall and just have a little walkway where we just walk through. But we was the three amigos there, man.
That is, man.
We the three amigos. You wouldn't catch us by ourselves, neither one of us.
Like that.
We all got 3A for life tatted on us.
Oh, is that right?
Three amigos for life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're my guys, man. They're my guys.
Man, Cuz is like, how did it take you long for you and him to try?
You know, we met when we was 14 years old.
No, I didn't know that.
Me and Cuz, I met Cuz and he was skinny.
Oh,
skinny
Cuz.
Little headband Cuz. Skinny Cuz. We met at 14 at Nationals, man. Then ever since then, we just became cool. The funny thing is, we go to LeBron camp. This is when I became number one in my junior year in high school. Going to LeBron camp. I come in late, you feel me? I don't know where I was at. I came late. And I don't know nobody. Everybody looking at me. I know why y'all looking at me. Like, who this guy? Who you think he is? I come in late. Cuz the first one, everybody stretching, and Cuz stand up calling me out like, yo, come mess with me, dog.
Like that.
I'm like, oh, this is Cuz, the same guy. So me and him were chopping up. And from there, I was kicking the whole weekend. We was like, we're going to go to school together.
So what, 14 at this time?
Now this is like 17, 16, 17.
16,
but we seen each other a couple more times, but when we was at camp then, we kind of got back to reconnect like that.
So around 16, that's when y'all made the vow that y'all gonna.
Yeah. So it was funny, man. I can give you the whole rundown. So like he like already committed to UAB. I'm like, yo, cuz I'm keeping 100, bro. I ain't going to UAB. So I said, cuz we go to school, but I ain't going to UAB. So we talked, tried it out. I was like, man, and I was like, man, I might go to NC State. My mom, I had got sick with an aneurysm. He's like, all right, nah, I don't really like NC State. I'm like, man, all right, dang. So then he's like, I'm gonna go to Memphis with Coach Cal. I'm like, all right, bet. That sounds good. Then he like switched from Memphis to Kentucky because Coach Cal switched. I called him. I was like, man, bro, stuff ain't work out, man. I'm just going to Duke, bro. Like, I'm gonna see you later. I called him, hung up the phone. I swear, my phone sat down. I set my phone like this. He ring, ring, ring. Like, yo, he's like, bro, stop playing with me, bro. Like, dead serious, stop playing with me. He got mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm just playing, bro.
Oh, yo, okay.
I'm like, bro, I'm playing, bro. I commit in the morning.
That's what's up, man. So he had already committed.
Yeah, but you know, man, I was the last one to commit in my class. Man, he was hot. He was hot as fish grease, dog.
Oh man, were you serious? Were you serious? You wasn't serious?
Nah. I just wanted to mess with him because I know I can get him riled up. Because he wanted to go to college with me, you know what I mean? We never had the chance to really play with each other. We always wanted to. And, you know, AAU, you can't play if your stakes ain't touching in certain tournaments. Well, we made it work.
I didn't know. So did he?
I didn't know Bled though. I met Bled.
You met Bled there.
I met Bled there, but Boog and Bled didn't know each other till their senior year. They played the game in the state championship, or game before championship. That's how they met. Like, they knew about each other because one from Mobile, one from Birmingham. But they met then. And Bled came. We just all became brothers.
Bled, cool, man. Oh, speaking of Bled, I gotta ask you this real quick. So, you saw recently Bled, Bled threw the basketball at Giannis and ejected. We were talking about this, you know, just about how you're not allowed to be physical or have even minor confrontation because you'll get ejected, which doesn't. Can you talk about how you feel like when did it change when the NBA got too sensitive with the penalties?
I just feel like it's not. I mean, every era, you always got different eras in the game of basketball. You know what I mean? We got the era when they could DDT people, you be fine. You just get a regular foul.
Shout out to Jake the Snake.
Then you move on, you get this. But I just feel like now you can't be physical. Like, you can't touch people these days, and it's taken away from the game of basketball. And I'm just thinking, like, I mean, we can't control how the era go and the game moves on and develops and expands. But it's to the point now you might have to see one player shoot 23s in one game.
Yeah.
So now let's imagine we seen Ray Allen or Reggie Miller, some of the greatest shooters of all time, shoot 23s in a game. Yeah. They might have more records than what they have. You know what I mean? So I feel like now is the era to where it's for the fans. The fans want to see more scoring, more excitement. They don't want to see no grinded out games and stuff like that. And that's what makes the game interesting. We got guys, teams shooting 70, 83s in a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think now if you just do this, now if a dude get hit a little soft, they go look at review it.
Yeah.
Like even in college, I don't like now college they review everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Take
away from the fun. Like the game got to be a little physical.
Too.
Like if I'm running across the lane and you bump me, it's automatic foul. So now you just letting shooters run free.
Yeah.
It's like the game changed, the era changes, it is what it is, but I just want to go back to where you really could be physical. Like I wish it was like this, like how it never is like this when I came in the league.
Man.
Or look how many more guys we probably would still have playing.
That's true.
If it was where it's at now.
Yeah, no, that's true. But you talk about being physical, like, all right, so if all these shooters, how do you play your game amongst a system now where everybody just spacing, everybody shooting threes?
Just if you got one-on-one game. You ain't got one-on-one game, you ain't gonna survive in this league.
Okay. You gotta be able to shoot or have one-on-one game.
Yeah, you gotta be able to have one-on-one game. Or you better be a lockdown defender that can switch 1 through 5. We putting people at 6'6", 6'7" at center now.
Yeah, I know. Your boy PJ.
But what he does is knock down corner 3 and can switch 1 through 5 and guard everybody. That's just how the league changed.
Have you felt like you've had to adapt at times with shooting more threes? With the ways?
Nope. I ain't
you gonna be.
I'm like my boy DeMar DeRozan. That ain't my game.
Hey, he gonna shoot those mid ranges for
That ain't
forever.
my game. That ain't my game. My game mid range and basket. I'm cool. Take a wide open 3 if it's there. Or if I get hot.
And that's what some of the analytics people say. Well, those are bad shots.
Hey man, that was a lost art in the game. Now they don't even want it to be an art of the game no more. I mean, I just like now you look at like Melo can do both, but that was Melo bread and butter.
Yeah.
That was Melo bread and butter.
I hear you.
Like, to believe you look at it now that Melo's not in the league. You know what I mean? It don't even sound right saying that.
Yeah. I think obviously he contributed to some of that,
for
but
sure,
there's no way with his talent he shouldn't be on the NBA roster.
Yes.
I hear you, John. Hey man, lastly, real quick, you saw DeMarcus, came on my pod recently and said about the worst fan interactions, he's heard, and admitted, some fans called him the N-word, and I reported it happened in Boston, actually, of all places. Is that something that's out of control?
I think it's always been out of control.
So it's not anything
it's
new.
out of control. I mean, it's out of control on social media and in person, but I think what makes it more difficult is if you're walking to your bench and somebody sit there and call you that or call you all type of name. In the day, I still have a family. I still am a grown man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get too much leeway to say what they want, and then we say something back to them, and then we the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, even like Russ situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that they handled it the best way you could, suspending them forever. They can't never come to more games, but it got to that point. You know what I mean? It's like now these people feel free, they can say whatever to it. Like, we not grown. We don't have our own lives outside of this game of basketball. We still are regular human beings outside the game of basketball.
All right.
Like, so you telling me you can say this to me and my son go on the internet or somebody bring it to him at school and be like, look what this dude said to your dad, did to your dad. I can't react for myself.
Yeah.
Got to stand up for myself at some point.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I think it's a flip side, but in a different direction as well, because I see other people talking about, okay, well, if that's an issue, then how about the way players are abusing officials now? Why are they?
Well, it's both. I feel like they both abusing each other at times.
Officials too, you saying?
Because, you know what I mean? Because at the same time, we all have names. So if you calling each other outside their name, you're going to feel away.
So what? You ain't got to name names. What's something an official said or something you heard before that?
I can't even say that some official said to me
is that
before.
right?
It was, we handled it, but it was crazy.
Is that right?
Yeah, because we asked them, because now it's like to the point, is the fans here to watch you or to watch us?
That's what Steph said.
No, because KD got fouled the other night. He argued.
Yeah.
He got his first tech fine. He didn't say nothing else. DeMarcus put him away. Steve Curry was talking to the ref, and he just ejected him.
Yeah.
Like, you gave him his one tech. If he ain't do nothing more hostile, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like what Jokic did against the Wizards the other night in Denver. I think he deserved to get ejected. He did what he did, and the ref said, you want another one? He went right back at him. Yeah, you give me another. That's the way that you eject the guy.
Yeah.
Because a guy say one thing, and then you still, they feel terrified. Ain't nobody about to hit no ref.
Yeah, okay. Like they fear, like right there on the spot.
But we ask them, like, they here to watch y'all or watch us? And sometimes we be feeling like they here to watch. They feel like they there to watch them though.
Watch them perform.
Yeah. You ain't see the ref the other day in the Phoenix game called travel?
No, I didn't.
Y'all ain't see that?
What happened?
It was what's the guy named Bender?
Okay, Dragon Bender.
He dribbling up the court. I think the ref meant to call double dribble. He's dribbling. He went like this. How can you travel and you dribble? Like the whole team just stopped and was like.
No,
you gotta look it up. He's seen it. It's the funniest thing. It's one of the worst calls ever. It's like the funniest call ever. He go, oh no. And he's trying to do this. It's the funniest thing ever.
Okay, so I guess it's safe to say the player-official relationship hasn't improved.
It's interesting, man. It's very interesting. But I think because how the new NBA has changed, it made everything more interesting. Like, you get more guys arguing with refs, getting ejected, because like you taking away from what they do. Like, there's no continuation, there's no the rip through.
Yeah.
There's all type of new rules that has came to now you feel like you can't even guard nobody. Like, who guards people like this or tie their hands behind their back? Like, you would never see that before. You know what I mean?
I saw that, man. I know it's James Harden. I know they're trying to prevent themselves from reaching. But how can you play defense with your hands behind your back, man?
You know what I mean? He mastered it. James mastered it. He mastered how to get calls. You know what I mean? What do you do? He's mastered it. You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? Somebody mastered a step back. Like, he mastered his step back. Like Jordan mastered his fadeaway. Like, he mastered something that you have to prevent yourself from doing.
All right, that step back, is it mastered or is it traveling, John?
Sometimes it's a good move, sometimes it's a travel. But hey, they let you get away with it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to officiate. You see it. They called it on Steph that one time.
Yeah, I think they called on him because he's not used to doing it. I think that's why. That's why I call him.
Yeah.
James is mastered. Like
he mastered it.
Yeah, I give it to him, man. I give it to him. So last word is my last thing. So summer plans. What you got going on this summer?
Just rehab. Rehab, spend time with my family, go on a couple of vacations. I live in Miami during the summer.
Ooh, my
Sit
goodness.
back, relax. No, I don't live near the beach.
It's still Miami, John. You visiting the beach, man.
No, not really. I'm not really. I mean, I never really been big on beaches when my dad got sick on the beach. Like when he had cancer.
Okay.
That's where he got sick.
I
I was in Lumberton, North Carolina, so that's why I don't really like the beach like that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what made you choose Miami?
I did LA for 7 years. I wanted to get away from that, try something new.
You sure picking some nice destinations at LA and Miami. You couldn't pick no Cleveland or Detroit, man, Minnesota. That way you really pay attention to your workouts and your rehab, man.
You don't. How can I play pickup? Who I'm gonna get better with? You can't play no 1-on-1 5-on-5 with nobody.
Yeah, ain't nobody coming to Minnesota.
I be playing with a little kid at a party. You know what I mean? I gotta at least get a little couple run in.
Oh man, John, man, I appreciate you doing this, man. But I think what I got from this, man, because I've been here for a couple of days already, and I see the love and how people feel for you, But I know, man, you one of the most criticized players in the league. So always wanted to talk with you and get your perspective on how you deal with all that, man.
Appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate all that, man.
Sure.
And best of luck with the rest of the way, my
Yes,
brother.
sir.